Danielle from StarsMoonandSun.com here to give you your February 2019 forecast. We open the month February 3rd with Venus, planet of love and beauty, entering Capricorn. I expect our relationships to have a certain element of responsibility, right? A certain heaviness to them. We may be married to our work for most of the month, but definitely relationships come with a level of responsibility and commitment with Venus in Capricorn. On February 4th, we have a beautiful, beautiful new moon in Aquarius. So I want you to set your intentions for being true to yourself. This new moon is all about expressing your individuality. This is the non-conformist new moon. So I really want to see you stepping into your personal power. This new moon is also great for technology-based endeavors, anything involving humanitarian efforts, and having a level of detachment, right? Aquarius is probably it is the least personal air sign of the air trinity, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And there can be an element of loving humanity, but not really doing so great on the one-to-one, on the personal level, right? The new moon in Aquarius, you really want to embrace helping humanity in some capacity, right? If you have something you want to share from an intellectual level, it's also about honoring your intuition. Aquarius is also associated with aha moments. So I really want to see you following your intuition this month. If you get a feeling, if you have a flash of lightning, a flash of insight, I really want you to act on that, honoring your intuition, honoring those inner insights that you receive. On February 10th, Mercury will enter Pisces. So expect communication to be more telepathic, right? We want to communicate with one another telepathically when Mercury is in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is also the creative mind, the intuitive mind. So I really want to see you explore your creativity this month. On February 14th, Mars, planet of action and aggression, enters Taurus. Mars doesn't particularly function well in Taurus, but this makes our actions are based on finances, right? Taurus has to do with Venus. So a lot of our actions are going to be based on, is this action going to bring me a more comfortable life? Is this action I take going to put more money in the bank? Mars and Taurus can be very concerned with financial benefits, about their action bringing forth a level of comfort, a level of stability. We're taking action that fill our pockets and fill our desires, right, this month. February 18th, the Sun will enter Pisces. So here we are, we're deep swimming in emotions. We'll switch gears at the end of the month from total detachment to total enmeshment. And then on February 19th, we have a full moon in Virgo. So here we have the full moon in Virgo opposing the Sun in Pisces. And this is about letting go, the culmination. Parts of our life may be illuminated as with every full moon. Illumination, endings, feeling torn in two, having to make a decision, having to make a choice. So I pulled, of course, a set of cards for the opening messages for the month. And the first was ownership. To me, the card of ownership it's simple. Take full, complete ownership for the state of your life, right? We are no longer playing the victim. We are no longer suffering from victim consciousness. We're no longer acting as if life is happening to us. This card suggests the need for all of us to take full accountability and responsibility, full ownership of what is happening in our lives, both the bad and the good. How did I get here? We may want to do some self-inquiry this month. How am I an active participant in this? Is there something I can let go? For me, 2019 is the year of discernment. It's the year where we're consciously creating, where we're carefully selecting where we're putting our energy. So the opening message for February, being ownership, is, do I want to participate in this? Is this an energy I wish to engage in? Is this an area of my life that needs to change? How am I in this relationship? How am I in this situation? How can I get out? How can I make the change? The next message was protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. This to me says there's a lot of people out there that are worrying, that are concerned. Of course, anybody watching the news every day is going to be flooded with fear consciousness. That's what the media wants to do. They want to make you in a state of fear so that you're dependent on them. You're protected. I want you to remind yourself every day, I am protected. I have universal forces, I have spirit guides, I have archangels, I am protected. Remind yourself every day. When that fear starts to seep in, it does for every one of us. When we start to get worried, when we start to have fear, when we start to have doubts, remind yourself, all is well. I am protected. The next opening message was, your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. And that is the spring card. So this suggests that there may be a gestation period for your manifestations, right? We don't simply say, I want this new job, and bam, there it is. We have to wait. There's a gestation period. So this is telling me all your dreams, all your desires are coming true. Maybe not in the spring, but they're in the process of growing, of manifesting. The next message was isolation. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I suggest you do some reading on the differences between isolation and solitude. Solitude is a sort of reflective, I'm regenerating myself, I'm taking some time away. Isolation is fear-based. And when I received the isolation, and I saw the protection card, I was thinking of people that isolate themselves out of fear. That's what came. We stay away, we lock ourselves away from the world because we're having fear consciousness. I do want to say Aquarius is very much the most detached sign. So Aquarius can be certainly the sign that's completely detached from people, not necessarily out of fear, but maybe out of disinterest, right? It's just what it is. So here, this is a message, though, of not isolating yourself, of not being fearful. Aquarius is also the sign that's ahead of the curve. And a lot of times you have people with personal planets in Aquarius. They were teased in school, they were misunderstood. There's an element of them being an outsider. And I want you to know that there's a tribe out there, there are people out there that are ready to celebrate you, that have the same interests as you, that are aligned with you. So I'm concerned when I saw the isolation card of people hiding away from the world, of isolating themselves, right? You don't have to isolate yourselves. Solitude is very different. And I encourage any of you who struggle with these two to read up. There's a lot of reading material out there on the difference between solitude and isolate. But isolation is fear-based. You can't wait for the perfect time, or the perfect moment. I really want you to step outside and own your individuality, knowing you're protected, knowing that you don't have to hide away from the world. And then the next message was, or the last message was Tower, right? So the Tower is a flash of lightning. The Tower is a serious energy. It can be a destructive energy, but to me it signified for the month of February the flashes of insight, the Tower moment, the moment of revelation. And if nothing else, Aquarius is definitely associated with revelations, those aha moments, flashes of lightning, sudden insights. So as I already stated, I want you to be open to listening to that inner voice, listening to that inner guidance. The next set of cards were for your love life this month. And the first message was intentions. Look at all those masks. Are you wearing a false mask? What are your intentions? What are the intentions of the people that you're dealing with? What is that saying? You can't love anyone wearing a mask, right? We know it. We know those people that we meet and they're hiding away from themselves. They're hiding away from the world. They're presenting this facade. This is encouraging you to drop the mask. This new moon in Aquarius is all about stepping into your individuality, owning yourself, all of yourself, not carefully selecting, not dissecting yourself, owning everything that makes you you. Take off the mask. That's the opening message regarding your love life. This is also, if you're dealing with someone that isn't able to be vulnerable with you, right? Aquarius can be definitely, we're air sign, very masculine, no matter the gender. So this is all about the person that you're dealing with. Are they able to take off their mask? Are they able to reveal their authentic self? The next message was tranquility. Take time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude. Not isolation. I thought this was very interesting. Indulging in much needed self-care. That's the difference. Isolation is hiding away from the world. Solitude is engaging in self-care. To me, in the love sector, this sort of was giving me a Four of Swords vibe. Like maybe this is a period, this is a month where we need to take time out, where we need to restore ourselves, where we need to regroup and refresh. Self-care is highlighted here. The next message regarding our love life was patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. Patience, please. So sometimes the things we want, we're not ready for, or those things are not ready for us. This has to do with our love life. These are the cards for love. So this is letting things unfold the way they're meant to unfold. If you try to push something before it's meant to happen, it ultimately backfires. So having patience, as I already said, this is about cultivating. We're never waiting, we're preparing, right? So you want to, I think A Course in Miracles says something about, for those who can afford to wait, I don't know, something about good outcomes. You know, a good outcome is assured. So this is just relaxing, enjoying where you are, practicing self-care. Things are unfolding. It says right here, what you're asked for is coming. Everything you want is coming regarding love and relationships, but you have to allow things to configure a certain way. There are unforeseen circumstances. There are unseen factors that need to occur first. Allowing things to unfold naturally. The next message was wisdom. And in the book, it says something like, wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Something like that. So using your wisdom to guide you, knowing that it's time to wait, seeing things from the higher perspective, knowing that there's a time. Maybe someone has to do some self-investigation before they can be with you. Maybe someone has to be comfortable within themselves, taking off the mask for themselves before they can reveal themselves to you. Knowing that maybe someone's in the process of healing, recovering, so that they can be and show up as you need them to be. Patience, please. Wisdom, discernment. All of 2019, discernment. We're assessing what is wise to give our energy. You don't want to push anything. You don't want to make something happen. We want to attract ideal circumstances. We don't want to force, right? Law of attraction, not law of assertion. So here we are, using our wisdom to guide us. And then the last message was Empress. This is a 3-year in astrology, right? Numerologically wise, and the Empress is a 3 card, and the Empress is about love. It is about a return on your investment. I mean, the Empress is beautiful, bountiful, surrounded in lush area. It's a card ruled by Venus. So this to me suggests the love and care that you want is on its way. It may not be this month, as things have to unfold. Certain things have to unfold behind the scenes. So please have patience. And while you're waiting, practice some much needed self-care. In terms of finances, the first card or the opening message was time. So only one time, divine time, right? This may be a period of waiting. I wasn't particularly getting that though. But there may be, again, there's like a lot of energy here about waiting, preparing, letting things unfold naturally. So regarding finances, this may suggest that there is a period of waiting, that things are happening in its own time, that things are happening behind the scenes, but respecting divine time. Everything will manifest as it's meant to, when it is meant to. The next message was helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of who that may be. Initiate contact. If you're trying to launch a business, right? If you want to go in a different area, if there's something you want to invest in, you may find this month that you're meeting helpful people. Aquarius rules the 11th house in astrology, home to like-minded friends' hopes and wishes. 11th house in Aquarius is all about networking. So this card can be suggesting to you, it's time for you to network. It's time for you to throw your net out there, right? You know, make those calls, get on LinkedIn, go to those events where you can connect with people, right? And you're likely to help someone you're likely to find someone that can help you cultivate something financially, help you grow your business. There are people out there that want to help you. The next message was assertiveness. Stands up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So this card always says to me, remember what yes feels like. If there's an opportunity and it's not resonating internally, say no. If it isn't an excited yes, then make it a firm no. You don't want to be in that energy of, maybe. Yes, remember what yes feels like. Yes resonates through your whole body. Yes is affirmative. Yes is yes when we want to do something, when it's in alignment with us. This is also a stand up for your beliefs. Something here about being authentic, being true to yourself. This is what it is. This is who I am. You could take it or leave it. Also, sometimes when we're starting businesses or we have a business going and maybe it's not fully off the ground, we can meet other people that want to sort of brand us and it doesn't have resonance with us. Don't allow someone else to brand you, to take over your vision, right? This is your vision, this is your business, this is your company, these are your ideas, and if it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. Stand up for yourself. Be assertive about it. The next message was enlightenment. And to me, this just had such a sun vibe, right? The sun in tarot. So this is, to me, everything is coming, the sun is shining, opportunities are beaming, step into your personal power, major here for personal power, and blaze and shine and step into what I was saying earlier about stepping into your full identity, honoring yourself, total sense of personal power and finances. Honor your vision. And then the last message is one of my favorite cards in tarot, Four of Fire. It suggests that there's a celebration present. Four of Fire, Four of Wands. A celebration is here. Anytime this card is pulled, to me, it's always a good card. That's how it resonates for me. It's celebration. It's having a good time. It's people dancing. And this says that there's a great things here on the way for you financially. It may take a little time, but nothing here is really challenging. I'm not getting that. I'm getting you're going to meet the right people, connect with the right people if you put yourself out there. Being assertive, remembering who you are, staying true to yourself. Don't sell out, especially for money. I know it can be enticing. For a fire, everything is going to be good. The sun is there. It's bright and shining down on you. Great messages for finances. And then for the closing message, we had sensitivities. And then here, this of course looks like a Libra card, right? This is balance, equilibrium. So closing message may be needing to find an inner balance, an inner equilibrium. Sensitivities has to do with the areas that we're all sensitive in, and respecting and honoring others' sensitivities, and maybe even expressing your own sensitivities to other people. Like some people maybe have sensitivities in the communication area, right? Communicating and expressing their feelings, whereas another person may feel easily abandoned, or I don't know, maybe their sensitivity is jealousy. I'm not sure. But everybody has different levels of sensitivities. So this means also honoring and taking ownership of your own sensitivities, right? But also expressing and honoring other people's sensitivities. Everybody has sensitive areas. Everybody has, little triggers. I mean, we're constantly growing. We're constantly healing if we so choose. So this is just honoring the process. The next message, these cards actually were all very heavy. The energy was very heavy for the closing message. I'm not sure if because the end of the month we have a full moon in Virgo with the sun in Pisces. So this, full moon is heavy energy. It's things from the past, things we thought we forgot, and here they are just right in our face. It's like, I thought I was over that, and then all of a sudden you are overcome with all these emotions. But these messages were heavy for the closing message, and I'm not sure if it's because on the 19th we have a full moon. So self-forgiveness. It says, let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. Self-forgiveness means you did the best you could at the time, and there's nothing else you can do at this period, right? We can't go back and change the past. No matter how many times maybe we would like to. So the only thing you can do is make a better today, is to choose better from today. Making better choices from today. So forgiving yourself. A lot of times someone is holding guilt and regret and sorrow, and someone else has already forgiven them, right? Or someone else has forgotten it. We can carry things around for a long time as human beings. We're just really addicted, I think, to sort of self-hatred and self-sabotage. This is saying you're perfect. You did the best you could at the time. And this is saying there's a strong need here to forgive yourself. I want you to wake up every day and say, I forgive myself. I'm doing a great job. I'm doing amazing. I love myself. You have to do those positive affirmations, but it's time to forgive yourself. The next message was walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Walk away. This can be walking away from self-hatred, right? When you put it together. This is unhealthy. It's unhealthy to continuously beat yourself up over things you can't change. This can be you have an unhealthy situation with someone that has hurt you, somebody that has wronged you, and may require you to forgive them. Doesn't mean you stay with them. You know that already. You can choose to walk away. It can be walking away from toxic relationships, needing to free yourself from unhealthy situations, right? Walking away from hanging on to the past, walking towards a better future. It does say the new doors open as a result. It can also signify with self-forgiveness, the other person may not be mad at you, right? You're the one that needs to do the self-forgiveness, and new doors will open for you together, right? Something here about walking away, but also about forgiveness. The Venus being in Capricorn all month, I do think this is signifying, Capricorn wants a return on the investment. And then Venus, this is our love and relationships. So this can be walking away from situations where there isn't any return, and maybe forgiving yourself for having stayed in that situation for so long. Both heavy energies. Forgiveness, self-forgiveness, forgiveness in general is really a journey. Well, guilt. Somebody here is needing this message major to forgive themselves, to stop carrying around guilt. With the full moon being in Virgo, planets in Virgo have an inherent guilt. They feel unworthy. Virgo isn't the easiest sign to live out. So I'm feeling like this energy, somewhere around the end of the month, we're going to have these energies, these feelings show up for us. Try to work on self-forgiveness, not feeling guilty. You did the best that you could, and you're going to do better next time. Every hard thing, every wrong decision gives us an opportunity to do it right the next time. So releasing, forgiving, and healing. Major closing messages. And then the last message was the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is, look at her third eye chakra. It just seems illuminated to me. It's like an illumination, right? Seeing things through the perspective of your higher self. Seeing things through your higher levels of consciousness, knowing you did the best you could at the time, right? We all are doing the best that we could at the time. So major message on the closing end is self-forgiveness, right? Walking away from unhealthy situations, releasing guilt, and seeing everything from your higher self. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to read for you as always. My shops will be open in the beginning of March. So that's when they'll reopen. I look forward to seeing you on Skype. Happy February.